Okay guys, it's Thursday morning, about 11 o'clock. I let this clear harden up all night, and I started wet sanding a little bit with the DA with some 2000 grit, and I'll show you what I got going on here. Basically, I have these pads. These are made by Mirka. 3M makes a 3000 grit. You can use 2, but 2000 is plenty for this. There's not a lot of orange peel in it. We're just making sure to knock all the gravel out of it if there's any of that or bugs or whatever. So just using this guy right here. Got a soft backup pad, and we're using that. And we're using a heavy cut compound real quick with, I'll show you what pad I'm using on that. I already started on the passenger side here a little bit, but this is the waffle finishing pad that I use. I also have you can use a wool, this one's got a lot of curves in it. I've been using this guy right here. Move my little pneumatic one out of the way. I use this. This is sort of a heavy cut. But what this pad is good for are these edges and inside here. And you can work the wool one on there. It just takes a little bit longer for me, so I kind of prefer that one. The only downfall to the foam pad is you'll burn the paint faster if you're going too quick, or going too slow, I should say. So that's that. I will put you guys on the stand and give you a quick rundown of the DA. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I got my little trigger bottle. It's just got water in it. Give that a little spritz. Too much water and the pad will just sail over it. It won't actually cut. 2000 is pretty light grit. So we're just knocking the orange peel out a little bit just so it looks a little more closer to factory. So here we go. 2 or 3 pterodactyls out of that must have landed in it at some point last night. Back you guys back up. I don't even know if the camera will pick it up. It might. Anyway, it's a little more flat than it was. You look back here and I'll take this off the stand. Let's see if we can get a better look at it. No quick release on this camera. Thread it into the tripod. Alright. Let's see, the light angle is kind of strange, but you can see the reflection of the fluorescent light in it down there. It's pretty flat. And then, let's look right there. You can see a little waviness in it. Not a whole lot, but I don't know if it'll work this way or not either. Yeah, it looks a little grainy this way, a little gravelly. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to buzz that down with the 2000 grit and go from there. I'm not going to touch the gas door, and I'm not going above this line. The bed rails come down to like here where my thumb is. So all you have is this little bit. And I kind of pounded the clear in there. It's a little peely, but I don't feel any small animals in it, so we'll go with that. It's not too bad. So I'll catch you guys when I start buffing. Alright, so we're going to take this waffle pad, the white waffle pad, and we're going to use some heavy cut compound on it. Keep it in these little ketchup bottles. And we're going to get going on this. So at this point I'm going to take a microfiber towel and wipe off my sludge and kind of check my progress. With any of the pads, whether it's the foam or the wool pad when you're compounding or buffing, don't stay in one spot for very long. You can burn the paint. As long as you kind of keep moving. You also want to try and keep the pad flat where it's possible. I mean, obviously in these creases, that's not an option. So, you kind of gotta look around a little and check your progress. I need to work a little bit more on that. but that should bring most of the shine back up. And with the 2000, you're really not dulling it that much. So I'll work on that a little bit more and then give you guys a close-up of that so you can see. If I can figure out, here we go. With the compound, I kind of use quite a bit. Maybe some guys use more, maybe some use less. This is the way I do it. Keep the cord of the buffer around your neck like this, because otherwise you'll wrap it up or step on it or drag it across your fresh paint. Edge like this, the buffer rotates clockwise from the way you're looking at it. You want to kind of pick up the back edge so that the following edge, as you're pulling it this direction, isn't digging into that. That will burn your paint. Always start your buffer on the work. Don't start it out here. This is a slow start buffer. Some of them start to full blast. Start it on the work. Check that one more time and see where that's at. That might have it. There's still orange peel in it, but I'm going to take it all off. The rest of the truck looks like somebody painted it with a corn cob dipped in paint. Don't want to make it look too pretty. Otherwise it looks like we put a brand new bed on it, and that's not really the goal here. The goal was to get rid of the rust and some of the dents. And now I remember I don't like to paint white either. What a pain in the ass. My light's not perfect in here, and finding your edge, making sure you add coverage. I ended up putting, probably way more paint than I needed to on it. I based it with some old white that I had first to hide my primer. And I'm glad I did, because I had about 3 or 4 ounces of paint left of my actual color when I was done after I finished blending and doing everything I needed to do on those doors. I'd say that's it. And it'll get even shinier. I get a little dust turd right there, a little bitty one. That will get shinier. Take you guys off the stand. Give you a close up real quick. Try to pick up the stand, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. You can see the reflection of the light behind me and all the lines from it. I don't think all the bulbs are on that one. Maybe they are. Let's try it this way. That does nothing. Just not enough light. So it's semi-shiny. This is really a terrible way to show. It's just too darn dark in here to actually see. If it wasn't raining outside, I'd pull it out later, but okay, so I'm going to finish up compounding this side and get it polished up, and we'll show you what it looks like. Alright guys, we got the truck out of the shop. F350 is done. Only thing I have left to do is put the little rubber weather strips back underneath the door, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to drill a couple of holes in the doors to spray oil in, and undercoating. And the owner's going to spray some oil up behind the fender wells in the bedsides. So I think we got a pretty good match here. I did not blend into the cab from the box sides or the tailgate, and I didn't blend into the rear door bottoms or the front fenders for the front doors that we painted. And I ran the buffer across them real quick. The truck's really dirty. Even when you wipe it down, it needs a good buff. But I think it's an acceptable match. I'll give you guys a look. I mean, right there, it's kind of overcast today, so it all looks good when the sun's behind the clouds, but I mean, that looks okay. I mean, really, what we got here is probably better than what was on the truck before. Take you guys for a look around the passenger side here and by the tailgate. I mean, to me, that's a pretty good match. Whoever touched this truck up before or painted the box single staged it, and it doesn't match 100%, but it's 98%. That's not my overspray, that's from the last paint job. So I found out one reason it may not match. Yep, somebody pulled off a single stage solvent melt on this thing. Didn't even do that great of a job. I mean, there's fucking dirt behind it. And even up here, I mean, this is not my doing. I didn't even look at this before I picked the truck up. But I think what we did is light years ahead of what was going on before. So, like I said, we're going to get some holes drilled in these doors. I pulled it outside because I need to sweep the damn shop out. It's a freaking mess. So, one last thing. This door turned out even better. I can't even see. My blend line is about somewhere in here, and I can't even see it. It's solvent melted real nice. I don't think this door's actually been painted before. Sorry about the diesel noise, but I forgot and left the key on in the truck for like 4 hours last night while I was painting it. And I wanted to let the truck charge back up. I put the truck in neutral so I could roll it forward. I really didn't feel like starting a diesel pickup in my shop 20 minutes before I was going to paint it. This thing may or may not have an injector or two getting weak on it that leaked down, because when I started it up, the white smoke came, and it's 75 degrees in my shop, so it shouldn't have done that. I mean, it billowed white smoke for a couple minutes, but it's cleared up now. The truck's got a $174 on it. It's bound to happen. So I even made the bed rails fit, this driver's side one. It's got a little wee wow in it right there, but there's no clip underneath it. It just won't stay down, but I just beat the living shit out of the top of that bedside with the body hammer and tried to dolly it, but it's got a spray-in bed liner and it has a plastic bed liner in it. I think they were trying to hide something in it. If you look up underneath the bed, she's got a little cave-in spot in the bed. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna get the shop swept up. It looks like we're gonna get some snow tonight and tomorrow and maybe even Saturday. So it's time to shift gears and get into the snow plowing mode again. So hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll catch you on the next project.